My troubles started 25 years ago. I got addicted to drugs, every drug that was out there. I led a life of prostitution, in and out of prison. I didn't have family. They were pretty absent for that 25 years. I went to treatment many, many times, and it was just the same result. Every single time I'd get out of treatment, I would go right back to drugs within sometimes hours, sometimes it seemed minutes. It didn't matter the extent of a prison sentence that I had. I could be in prison for 2 years, and there were many times that I would come out and I wouldn't even report for supervision. The drugs were calling my name. It was just, I felt, looking back, that I was shackled and handcuffed to that lifestyle. That's how I was gonna die. There was nothing, I believed at that time, that could ever change. And I was beginning to accept that that was my life, that's who I am, that's what life is gonna be for me. There were volunteers that were coming in and out of jail, and I couldn't be in my room all day, so I had to kind of sit in the day area. And I seen volunteers coming out and different girls going and visiting with them. And for some reason, I got on my hands and knees and I said, I don't know what I was praying to. I just knew that there was a God. Didn't know who he was. If you are real, show me something. I don't care if it's a door shutting or a radio going off, that you are there. And he sent me, looking back, I felt like he sent me a guardian angel, and her name was Janet. And I visited with her for the first time, and she said, just hold on. I remember she held my hand, and I couldn't stop crying. I cried so much that I don't even know if she could really even understand what I was saying, but she held my hand long enough to help me get through a couple days until I seen her again. And I didn't try to take my life. Something happened and God intervened, and he allowed for me to get into a drug court program in Bridges of Iowa. For me to survive after 25 years of doing drugs and living a life of prostitution, and my family has given up on me. My children don't want nothing to do with me. They're ashamed. I didn't know if I could hold my head up. I don't know if I could ever get just basic life skills back to hold the job, or there's just no way I could. I'm not gonna recover after 25 years. It's impossible. There's no way you can tell me that I could make it. So I got to the program, Bridges, which was a year-long program. And at the same time, I was entered into the drug court program. So I was doing two programs at the same time, which was very, very hard. A lot of accountability, a lot of dredging up from the past, a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of things I just didn't want to deal with. But I knew that if I didn't get honest with myself and take the help that was being offered, that I'm gonna die. And it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna go back to prison. I'm not going back to jail, that I will die because I'm gonna take my life from this lifestyle that I've lived. And I started to understand who God was. I looked at some pictures of my picture that gets me into work, and then to look at a picture today and it looks like two different people. Just two different lives that are happening right now. So I turned my life around. I live for God today. He's very active in my life. My children are in my life. My grandchildren are in my life. I'm a line lead at Hy-Vee. I work really, really hard. I have friends today, and I don't. I wake up with the Lord and I close my eyes with the Lord every day. And the past is the past. I'm not ashamed of the past. I embrace the past because it's just whatever I had to go through. I will never know or understand really why I had to go through the things that I went through. But God died on the cross for me, and He's forgiven me. And Now I feel like I'm still in shackles and handcuffs, but they're different shackles and handcuffs. Now I get to spread the word of the Lord, and tell people who he is, because he's real. And he died on the cross for us. So if it wasn't for Polk County Jail Ministry, I would definitely be dead today. That's where it started for me, and I'm ever so grateful that it did start for me. And he sent me a guardian angel, and her name is Janet.